Today's lesson is Module 3, Lesson 12, Relationship between Absolute Value and Order. You do have some vocabulary words for today's lesson. We have ascending order. Ascending order is when numbers are ordered from least to greatest. So your example could be 2, 4, 7, 9. So you can see we started with the least and we went up to the greatest. The next vocabulary word would be descending order, and that's when numbers are ordered from greatest to least. So your example using the same numbers would be 9, 7, 4, and then 2. Today's lesson is a mixture between Lesson 11 and Lesson 10, so I am going to help you get through that right now. So I'm going to give you a set of numbers. So we'll write example. 8, 2, -12, -5, 5, 7, 0, -1, -2, -9. Okay? Now, I want you to, we're going to write, first step would be write an inequality statement using these integers that I wrote you. So I'm going to start with the smallest number. The smallest number with negative numbers would be the one furthest away from 0, and I know that is -12. So I'm going to start with -12. I'm just going to put check marks underneath it to note that I had gone through it. The next would be -9. And then -5, -2, -1, 0, and then let's see, 2, 5, 7, and then 8. Okay, so I put those in order. Now I'm going to write an inequality statement. 12 is less than -9. -9 is less than -5. -5 is less than -2. -2 is less than -1. -1 is less than 0, and so on, making 8 the greatest. So you can erase these commas after. Okay? So then we're going to write the absolute value, this is step B, of each number in order that we wrote it here. Okay? So, absolute value of -12 is 12. Absolute value of -9 would be 9. Absolute value of -5 is 5. Absolute value of -2 would be 2. Absolute value of -1 is 1. Absolute value of 0 is 0. Absolute value of 2 is 2. Absolute value of 5 is 5. Absolute value of 7 would be 7. And absolute value of +8 would be 8. Now, we're going to pay attention to the order. So here we put these in order and it's correct, but when you find the absolute value, the order in which you had them initially may not be correct. So when you find absolute value, the absolute value of integers, your inequality statement may change. Let me move that up, I'm sorry. Because you no longer have negative numbers. So now we only have positive numbers, so my order is different. So now I'm going to reorder it. I'm going to order it correctly now with the absolute values. So order the absolute values in ascending order. In ascending order, that means going from least to greatest. So least would be 0. And it doesn't say to write an inequality statement, so I don't have to do a less than, greater than, or equal to sign. 0, 1, I'm making check marks so I don't forget. 2 and 2, so 2 times. 5 and 5. 7, 8, 9, and 12. So now that those are in ascending order, they're completely different because these are all positive numbers. If I had to write them in an inequality statement, it would be 0 is less than 1, which is less than 2, and I wrote 2 twice, so I'm not going to write it again, which is less than 5, which is less than 7, which is less than 8, which is less than 9, which is less than 12. Oops, you can't see that. I'm going to move it up for you. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're just joining the two sets of, the two last lessons together to create lesson 12. If you have any questions, make notes of it and I will go over it in class. Other than that, make sure you click done and have a good night. Thank you.